Then I, John, saw the holy city, the New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And God himself will be with them, and be their God. And God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There shall be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying. There shall be no more pain, for the former things have passed away. So that's encouraging. I think that's one of the most repeated scriptures that we have heard in our churches throughout the pandemic. The promise that is given, that the day is coming when all shall be made new. So when you go to the first book in the Bible, in the beginning, everything was good. And God repeated that 6 times. It was good. It was actually really good. And so the plot thickened, and Adam and Eve decided to define what is good and evil for themselves. And they messed up. And that led, in a summarized version, to the day when Jesus came to this earth the first time. And the Bible then ends in Revelation with this story, where because of Jesus coming, he's going to come again, and everything that was broken will be restored. That's the Bible in about 2 to 3 minutes. But in order for a reset or a fixing to happen, we have to have what was broken. And what broke it in the first place, it has to be removed. It has to be removed. And all the things that are broken in the world have been broken by who? By us. By us. And the Bible calls this justice. This is what the gospel is about. It's about justice, restoring what was lost, fixing what was broken. And so if you go to Psalms chapter 98, verses 4, 7 to 9, it says the following: Let the sea and everything in it shout his praise. Let the earth and all living things join in. Let the rivers clap their hands in glee. Let the hills sing out their songs of joy before the Lord. For he is coming to judge the earth. He will judge the world with justice and the nations with fairness. This is our hope that we have as Christians, that God is going to bring justice. Hell is not an ordinary notion that we have, that the more bad things you do, that's where you go. That's not what the Bible teaches. The Bible teaches that what we view as hell is not even the whole judgment. It's only a small part of it. There must be justice. All of us want things to be set right. It's a place where you are separated from God. It's separation because God is the author of life. And so if you are separated from the author of life, what happens? You die. You cannot exist. And when you cut off from God's presence, there is a fire that consumes and isolates you, and it leaves you in darkness. This is where rude things go. When we are cut, we are consumed, we are isolated from God, in whose image we are made. And that's the core of the Bible's definition of what hell is. Not this eternal fiery torture, but it's a place where you are separated from God. When you are on your deathbed, it's not your wealth, your career, your relationship, your status. It's just you and God. And that's if you believe in Him in the first place. And if your identity, the sense of who you are, is built on these temporary things, it will slowly eat at you. It will consume you like fire. And it isolates you. Not just at the end when the trumpet sounds, but right now. And this is why these external things that we focus on, that we treat like gods, Many times people lose them, and who are they? They have a breakdown because they built their entire life on that. And then because we don't know who we are anymore, we become angry. We become insecure. We become bitter and jealous. And we become like this man in Luke chapter 16, where we are slowly consumed and isolated. And the terrifying reality is that hell is not where we go kicking and screaming, but it's the way that we live our lives. Getting hell out is what Jesus does. May it be the case in you and my life, that day by day, starting right now, just one day, one moment at a time, we surrender everything to Jesus. He is faithful. He will get hell out of you. One day, when the trumpet sounds, you'll see Him face to face. And you'll hear those words, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Come in and enjoy my rest." And on that day, gravity will have no hold upon me, who has a fear of heights, because when the trumpet sounds, it says that we will rise. The dead in Christ will rise first, and we will be changed. Jesus doesn't come and touch the ground, stays there. We go up. And we will be reunited with our loved ones who died in Him, never to part again. Let Jesus get hell out of you and me today. There is too much to gain, to lose.